Hello everyone and welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be talking about corresponding parts of congruent figures, so similar to the problems that you see up on the screen here. Just a reminder, this is the normal version. If you'd like the speedrun version where we go through it pretty quickly, I will link that in the description below. For your Ricasso Recap, you should already know how to label line segments, how to label angles. If you want a refresher on either of these topics, I will link videos in the description below. Please go watch that before you start this lesson. Okay, so it says, what are the corresponding parts of the figures below? Select all that apply. So let's look at the corners first, the angles first. So I see 65 degrees here, and I see 65 degrees here. So that means that C has to correspond or match up with J. And then now, if I start at the 65, let's go to the 84 next. Okay, you can't jump like across like that. It's better to just go in order. So I'm going to go to the 84, so that's D next. So C, D, and then where is the 84 in the other shape, or the other figure? That would be I, right? So that means D and I have to match up. And now we should be able to pretty easily match up the rest of them, right? E matches up with L, E matches up with L, and F matches up with K. F and K match up. And now we were just talking about angles there, but also now we can say sides, right? We can say that side JI matches with side CD, so on and so forth. So now let's look at our answer choices. Does E match with K? Does E match with K? No, it does not. So this answer is incorrect. Does DC match, side DC match or congruent to LI? So DC would be here. Does it match with L and I? No, it does not. So this answer is incorrect. Does F match with K? F does match with K, so that is correct. And does C match with J? C does match with J, so this is also correct. So we have two right answers, two wrong answers. And here is our cool clock. Oh, one last thing. You could have started at any corner, meaning instead of writing C, D, E, F, you could have written D, E, F, C matches up with I, L, K, J. And your answer would still have worked, right? Does F match with K? Yes. Does C match with J? Yes. Right? So as long as you are consistent, you can start wherever you want in your in the figure. All right, here's our cool clock for today, which means that it's time for you to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and pause the video and try these two problems on your own. And when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. Okay, for the first problem, you should have said the first three were correct and the last one was incorrect. And for the second problem, you should have said that the first answer is correct, second answer is correct, third answer is incorrect, fourth answer is correct. Now for this one, you'll notice that they don't give you any numbers on the drawing, but what they do give you are these red arcs, and we call them dash marks, hatch marks, okay? But basically, I see one red dash mark here, and I see one red dash mark here. That means that ML has to match with UT, or let's do angles actually. One angle measure here, one red angle measure means one red angle measure. So that means that M has to match with, M has to match with U, and then I'm just going to go in order, right, from 1 to 2. So that would be N next. 1 to 2 would be R. And now we just go in order. Then we go O and then L, so OL. And then we go ST, ST. And then you have your statement. And now it's just the same problem that we did before. Match things up. Does L match with R? No. MN and UR? Yes. NO and RS, yes. N and R, yes. All right, time to practice. Go ahead and pause the video. Try these two on your own. When you're ready, unpause, and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. Okay, for the first problem, you should have said that the first answer choice is incorrect. The rest are correct. And for the second problem, a little bit different here, but hopefully it makes sense. They're asking for triangle RQP, what does that match up to in the other triangle? And you should have said that it matches up to XVW. Now, this one actually has two right answers because you'll notice it goes, for RQP, it goes from 1 to 1 to 2 angle marks. Well, sure, XVW does the same pattern, but also I could have gone VXW, right? 1 to 1 to 2. So here there are two correct answers. Either answer is correct. All right, for this last problem, this is what we were just talking about a second ago, where you need to match up. So FGH goes from, remember this is a 90-degree measure here, 90 degrees to 54 degrees. So over here, if I go from 90 degrees to 54, that would be MN, right? So MNO. And again, we're just matching up, right? We started with the 90 degrees, so I went 90 degrees over here. And we just match up. All right, time to practice. Go ahead and pause the video, try these last two problems on your own. When you're ready, unpause, and we will check your answers. Okay, now they've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. Okay, for the first problem, you should have said GJIH. And for the second problem, you should have said that the first one is incorrect, but the rest of them are correct. All right, that's it for today. I hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.